You welcome to another live streamed episode of A Different Day with Jah and
It's Neci. Happy Easter Sunday.
Oh yeah, happy Easter Sunday. Boy, do we have a good show in store for you this Easter Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. A lot going on. That's why I said I'm so glad that we show up at the end of the week. We get to consume everything, get to pay attention, and then get our thoughts together before we bring them to you. Neci, how was your Easter so far? You do anything? You cook? You eat? What going on?
So I didn't cook because I didn't cook Friday, which I typically would have. But I procured a plate from Corner Pocket Thursday.
Okay. What kind? Potfish, kingfish?
I did this Dukanah sawfish.
Okay, that's what's up. Always shout out
Chef
Corner
Kicks.
Pocket. Okay.
So I cooked today instead of Friday because I didn't feel it's just really me. And little one ain't much about like Dukanah sawfish kind of really in that. So I would really be making it for myself.
Okay, I understand.
So I didn't really do all of that. So I did get another plate from somebody else on Friday. So I made me some salmon balls and rice, some plantain and coleslaw and all of that. Two beans today. That's what I did today. Because I didn't really cook Friday.
All right. What's the rules? How does it work?
Well, Friday is typically a no meat day, so people don't eat meat, which is why people primarily eat. They make sawfish or some type of fish because it's a no meat day.
Dukanah with the carrots in it? No. We don't do
Dukanah
that.
with the who? My mother and father and some of my siblings is pure blood and Tigans. You will not have me disowned on the public internet, okay? Thank you.
That'll be the problem when I'm away from home. I miss it dearly, but I ain't gonna lie, one of the biggest things I miss is the food, and especially for Easter because it is the time where it's like the big plates, the Dukanah, the saltfish, the provisions, the homemade drinks. I miss all of it. I hate that I don't be there for these type of things, but hey, big up yourself. So they having an Easter camping thing for next year. I seen CC talking about doing it. I did go ahead and sign up. I wanted to get more involved and be home during these times, these festivities, because I've only camped once officially in my life, and that is like a core memory for me. I did it with 7-Day Adventist. Yes, I came up Adventist, bad Adventist.
Explains so much.
True.
Especially on the Lord's Day, that explains so much.
Yeah. Big up the people who just come off the Sabbath and are eating. Well, they're not supposed to eat meat anyway. But yes, I grew up Adventist. I camped when I was very young with the rest of the youth, and it was a great experience. And like I said, it was a core memory. I had a lot of fun, except for when we were coming back on the bus. Our girls started going in on me and like calling me out. As I was messing with the Adventist girl them, and I was a little player and stuff. But that's besides the point. I had fun and I would like to do it again. So next year, CC, I hope that we could go and do this all together. Big up all the campers who are camping out in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Stay safe. Hope you eat good, make good memories and new traditions.
Yeah, and I actually, I saw your post about camping. I was like, I think I have a tent in storage somewhere. I don't know if it's good, but remind me to check it for you.
Okay. But wait, so when was the last time you've actually been camping?
I don't camp. I'm a non-camper. I'm an anti-camper.
There's only one reason to have a tent is to camp. Why do you have a tent?
Well, it's a different. I'll send you how the tent look, but it's more for when you go to the beach and like if you have like a lot of food, you could put all the food in it. So it's not like exposed to the elements and flies and. It's
one of those shade things, and camping.
No, it's enclosed. You could zip it closed, or you could leave the front open and just Yeah, we have the sides. Yeah.
I didn't even know you had a storage unit. You got money for real? So.
You know what? Today's the Lord's Day. He has risen. Okay, and you will relax yourself.
Okay. Hey, that's a blessing. That's all I'm saying. Be gracious, gratitude. You know, you got big money. You could have a whole storage unit and a tent you ain't used in years. And
you need to stop saying that because people really believe in you, and I don't like that for you.
They should. They should believe me. What the hell? Hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in to another live stream episode of A Different Day with Jah and
Neci.
If you're just now tuning in, please go ahead and share the live. Let people know that we are here. We are live. We are streaming, and we have a great show. I am considering today doing things a little differently instead of, straight into the good news and the news and stuff. I'm thinking about going straight to a trending topic. What do you think, DC?
I'm out. He risen today. We could do something different. They didn't expect him to rise today. They don't expect the schedule today. Let we go.
All right, we're gonna go into this trending topic first. Neci actually sent it to me. I was supposed to play it last week, but we had so much going on, like we have every week. We got so much going on, I forgot to play it, but I think we should start there. Let's do the first trending topic, and then we'll see what's up afterwards.
I'm the baby mama to not one, but two absent baby daddies. Yeah, I said it. That kind of felt stupid to say out loud, but I really picked wrong twice. And it's like, at what point do you stop only blaming them and realize you're the common denominator? My daughter's dad don't come around like no effort at all. My son's dad was always very low effort, and I just went no contact for now. I can admit that I see now that I was definitely the girl that ignored the red flags from the beginning. With my son, I give myself more grace because I was only 17. But with my daughter, I was 24, had a career, knew better, and still did it anyway. And that part used to hurt so bad, but now it's like I don't even have time to sit in that anymore because I still gotta get up, I still gotta take care of them, and I still gotta be their mom. I don't have time to sit around wondering who's not here, why nobody else is advocating for my kids, or waiting on people around them to hold them accountable for being deadbeats. And nobody prepares you for that part of motherhood when it's just you. And I know people love to call moms like me bitter, but speaking on reality does not make you bitter. This means you're not pretending. And I'm gonna keep speaking on it because there's no way you're posting and talking about a child that you don't even show up for. Bring back public shame.
So yeah, Neci, you had sent me that, right? And I watched it and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Accountability, yay. She's admitting that she picked wrong, not once, but twice. 17, we could let that one slide. You were too young to even be having a baby. You were a baby having a baby. But then 7 years later, you go and have another child, and that baby daddy is also ancient. What happened? So since you sent it, I'll let you start off. What was even the point of this video? I want to know, because for me, you say you're going to keep speaking on it and whatnot, but she didn't really say the purpose of what she's speaking on it for. Is she talking out loud to herself and recording it? Or what was even the purpose of the video? Go tell them.
I think for her, if she's trying to bring awareness to women that they do play a role in the decisions and that they make, and sometimes we can't always control the outcome, that we participated in it. And I think for her, maybe that's just her reflective nature of realizing the struggles now of having to deal with two kids by two different men, and the task that comes with in terms of, are they there? Are they present? Are they not? Are they trying, not trying? And all the burden just falls on her. It's hard raising kids, even one, much less multiple. It's always tough because of different personalities. You have different things that happen. There is an age gap. So she's also maybe felt like she grew from the original experience because she was young, but she still ended back up in the same situation. So clearly there's a pattern or behavior that she's portraying that she keeps attracting and selecting these type of men. And so maybe just her own reflective behavior, honestly. I don't see anything wrong with it. I've never seen a woman post that on social media. That's the first I've seen where she's like, I chose wrong. That woman would have been like, is the man that bash you from here, from A to Z and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I didn't care for the video per se, but I actually appreciated that she was speaking on it, whether to herself or whoever would listen, and taking a tone for her actions or participation in whatever happened.
So, Darren, you say you came in and saw the tail end of the video. Let me know if you need me to play it again for you, because I'll play it again, no big deal. But, okay, so yes, a rare moment of accountability. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you. Great. I can't help, and I need to stop. I can't help but go to the comments when I watch these things, and it's like, damn, like the comments be letting me down. So she's taking accountability, right? And then in the comments, they're enabling the bad behavior and blaming him and focusing on him. But she's trying to finally make it about her. And instead of us drilling down and like, okay, so what is it that you do or aren't doing so we could stop this from happening again? Because by the second time, it's now a trend. Now it's a habit of yours. So we need to find out what the problem is so it doesn't happen again. And you end up with a third child by a third bad baby daddy that's absent, because we need to keep in mind, no matter whose fault it is, it's never the child's. So
I don't want to say this, Jah, and I'm not saying it like because I'm not here to bash men, but there is a role that some men are good men, but they're not good fathers. And we've seen the minute a woman says, "Oh well, I'm pregnant," their whole mood shifts, right? And so she might have originally thought that she did pick right, and then once the baby come up, now she has to deal with another person that don't want to have any kids with her or don't want to be a dad or whatever reason. I'm not dismissing her accountability of the situation. That's still valid. But that does happen more often than not, where somebody would be like, I'd be like, not he. No, you don't know. And I'd be like, no, I know. And I'd be like, wow. You see the message, I'd be like, really? Yeah. And so it would surprise me, like, this is an amazing person. I know, like, why would I not think to be a good dad? And so we don't know what would trigger a person, right, wrong, or indifferent. But there are men who are just trash from the beginning, and you know you pick a trash dude and you had a baby with a trash dude, you have to own that. But there are people who really change up once they find out, like, a child is on the way. And now you're trying to figure out, like, who the hell was I dating this whole time? And now that we have a baby, now I have, like, this monster lurching at my doorstep. And so it's really, like, I think she should have given some more context around that. Yeah. And just, you know, I know the videos are just short because it's TikTok, it has to be short, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But some context would have been really good, because it's just kind of, just like how women, I want to just say this, just like how women sometimes use babies as a manipulative tool. Because I can hear the comments, oh, she's talking about a man, about a woman. Yeah, women have used the babies as manipulation too. I know, I've seen it, trust me, I understand it, I can't stand it. I just want to disclaimer that too.
Okay. So Darren
is just to replay it.
Yeah, he's asking for us to replay it. I'm going to replay it, no problem. Pull that back up.
I'm the baby mama to not one, but two absent baby daddies. Yeah, I said it. That kind of felt stupid to say out loud, but I really picked wrong twice. And it's like, at what point do you stop only blaming them and realize you're the common denominator? My daughter's dad don't come around like no effort at all. My son's dad was always very low effort, and I just went no contact for now. I can admit that I see now that I was definitely the girl that ignored the red flags from the beginning. With my son, I give myself more grace because I was only 17, but with my daughter I was 24, had a career, knew better, and still did it anyway. And that part used to hurt so bad, but now it's like I don't even have time to sit in that anymore, because I still gotta get up, I still gotta take care of them, and I still gotta be their mom. I don't have time to sit around wondering who's not here, why nobody else is advocating for my kids, or waiting on people around them to hold them accountable for being deadbeats. And nobody prepares you for that part of motherhood. It's just you. And I know people love to call moms like me bitter, but speaking on reality does not make you bitter. This means you're not pretending. And I'm gonna keep speaking on it because there's no way you're posting and talking about a child that you don't even show up for. Bring back public shame.
So she said, bring back public shame. So now I caught it at the end there. She's gonna keep posting So now it kind of seems like she's posting in hopes that her baby daddies, like somebody will link the video to them and shame them, which I think I seen earlier this week a video with this podcaster. I don't know the name of the show, but it's a black dude who has 3 other women on the podcast every time, and every single topic he eats them up, and they don't.
The one in the hat, he wears the hat.
Yes.
All that he has on a hat. I think I sent you something from him already. Yes.
I said don't send me no more, because ain't no way these women they get ears for style, because they can't hear what he's saying. He just said he's well thought out, very calm, collected responses. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could present my point like that. And he'll say all this stuff, and they will jump on and they will attack him, and with like no common sense logic at all. I said, don't send me no more, because this will just piss me off.
I saw it and I was like, yeah, this gonna piss off John. Let me send it. Because the minute he ended his sentence, the first 3 words out of her mouth, I was like, what did you hear?
Yes, exactly. And that's majority of the comments. And I'm like, every topic can be. In a way, these gotta be special ed people. Darren says, not an excuse, but some men like being with that woman, but don't see her as being a mother of their child, so that's why he may start freaking out. Then stop screwing them kind of women raw. We have to stop talking about making babies like it's an accident. We have to stop talking about making babies like you expected a TV to pop out that coochie. You knew what comes from raw sex. I don't care how many times she said, come at me, daddy. You knew. Like, both parties are responsible, which is another reason I gotta say shout out to the women that are doing it by themselves, because you shouldn't have to. It's 2 people's responsibility to take care of and raise a child. So yes, I'm all for public shame. However, we need to understand that men and women are different. And in that podcast, he had said that women, they struggle with shame. They do struggle with being shamed. Men, not so much. That's not one of our big issues, is shame. We want respect. But being shamed, women do a lot of ducking and dodging from shame. And that's why the enabling happens in that community so often, in order to not shame a woman.
Yeah, because there's a standard of us having to be good parents, which is up here.
Yes.
And we're supposed to be understanding for when a man just makes attempts when he feels like down here as like, oh, but at least he's trying. At least he's What are they for me? What I'm doing for me having to sustain here when he kind of circling right here. I saw a video too today, and where the mom, I think I sent it to you, I'm not sure, but the dad called the mom because he wanted, for the Easter weekend, he wanted to see the kid. She said, no problem. She called back, he didn't call back. Then he finally got back to her, he said time. She said, okay, I'll meet you at our usual spot, and whatever the spot was, she drove to the spot to wait for him. She was supposed to meet him at 4. She said it's 7:30 and this man didn't show up yet. And she's called him 10 times. She said, but she will never discourage her child from keep calling him, because she doesn't want to be the one that is blamed for them not being able to see their dad.
And she shouldn't.
And so, but then also it comes to a point is, when do you protect your child's sanity? Because she's conflicted, because then the child is heartbroken. The child know where they're getting dressed for. They're going to see their father. The father don't show up. Now the child is in the backseat heartbroken. So not just to go do something to entertain the child or distract the child from the father not showing up. And waited 2.5 hours, mind you, or 3, because it was 7:30, she said, for him to not give her a call back.
Yeah. And that's on him.
And so that standard that we're talking about, where she's like, I don't want to have to be the one to tell her, like, or him, I think she said her, to don't call her father anymore. But how do I protect my child now from this behavior?
And that's a very valid question, because as a parent, not just as a mother, as a parent, if you see your child hurting, you want to do whatever that you can to avoid that to continue happening, and you pretty much want to stop the hurt. So you may jump into a defensive, protective mode, which is natural and normal for a parent to do. But you also, like she's struggling with, you want to protect them without being the quote unquote bitter parent trying to keep them from their other parent that's not doing their job. So I totally
and the minute she tells that dad no, it's gonna be, oh, you said this, you said that, you want me to see my child, blah blah blah. But at what point does she have to, how many times does this behavior have to happen for her to be like, I am not sustaining, my child is not going to be exposed to this behavior on a continual ongoing basis. It is traumatically affecting my child's well-being.
You know, children are smart enough. They figure it out. They figure out who's the problem parent after a certain while. I don't think that you should jump in and try to cover it up, but you also shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So it's a fine line you gotta play. You want to protect the child, but you also don't want to tell them how to think, and you don't want to keep them from their parent. But if they keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like eventually the child is gonna realize what's going on and who the issue is. It just takes them a while.
It does, but then my thing is then, because children are perceptive of who their parents are from a fairly young age. These kids at 1 and 2 could talk and read and open the phone and unlock your passcode and all them things at 1 year old. So from 1 until whenever age that child is, do I just keep exposing them to this behavior and this trauma until they no longer want to do that? Now, I'm not saying that if you want to call, I will tell you don't call, because I am not one to be like, oh, he's a this, he's a that. Don't call your dad, he's a big dumb, I'm not saying that. I don't agree with. You don't do that. But if he tries, I would be like, listen, when you get here and you're outside my door to pick up this child, then you can call me to get the child ready. Because I'm not getting the child ready beforehand and then you don't show up.
True. Yeah. You gotta help where you can and know when to pull back, even though it's difficult watching your child in pain. So yeah, I cannot relate to dads that do stuff like that, because it hurts me to like break promises and stuff. So them dudes who just don't show up for the children and don't feel no kind of way, I can't relate to them. Quite frankly, I don't know how they do it, or not try their best to step up. But yeah, that's a thing, and unfortunately, it's too prevalent in our community, and we need to be working to stop it. Now, back to this video of this lady picking 2 bad baby daddies and admitting it. We need to also acknowledge the double standards, right?
Yes.
Men, fathers, we get away with a lot. The shame thing, like when all we gotta do is be seen out with the child or post a picture with us with the child, and it's assumed that we're such a good dad, we do a great job and all of that. Meanwhile, the mother might be the one doing most of the work. You just came through, took a pic and left. Nobody really knows, but we're allowed that space. And I think that's the public shaming that she might have referred to in that video that need to come back, because women, mothers, tend to get shamed as bad parents if they were to do stuff like that. And a lot of it comes from other women, other mothers. So it's a double standard, and we need to address it, and we need to stop. We need to acknowledge that, yes, there are deadbeat dads, there's deadbeat moms. There's mothers and fathers who don't show up for their children. And I actually agree about the public shaming thing. I don't know if it's going to work as well, but I think for men, it would more need to be something to the effect of, I can't mess with you because you don't take care of your kids. You know what would be super effective? If women saw that a man ain't taking care of his children, and that would be enough for her not to mess with him at all.
That's enough for me. Because
not none of these excuses, oh, he ain't gonna do me like that. It was different when she was with him, and I need to move out the hood because these niggas is making me sick. I'm sick of niggas. All right.
He is risen. He is risen.
Well, why you rise on a drag strip? Like, come on. Anyway, I wish there was a show that showed deadbeat fathers so we can see what is on their minds. What would that show look like? What would it encompass? You know what I'm saying? How would that go?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny because there was, you know, the show, what is it? Pregnant and 16. What is it? What is Teen Pregnancy?
Teen Mom.
Teen Mom. Yeah. So I guess there was a boy who was on Teen Mom, and the mom was showing him, because he's about 16 now, their episodes on Teen Mom when she was on the show with his dad. And they're showing the images of what's happening with the mom and the dad, whatever. And all people are saying in the comments is, oh, that was then, this is, you don't even know the woman's story, but they were like bashing her for, why are you showing him those videos? Like, it's not on the internet and like you can't find them. And two, like, oh, it doesn't matter then, like, let's take him to spend time with his dad now, blah, 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 blah. So she said, okay, I'll take him to spend time with his dad. And she drove to the jail. She drove to a jail. She's like, should I leave him at the gate or?
Wow.
You know, because but people were so quick to assume the whole, just from the clips that she posted, that her son is watching the video. You couldn't hear the audio, or somebody you couldn't hear the audio with the parents, but it's just clips of the mom and the dad on the show. And they were bashing her for doing that. I'm like, she was on a show. It's a public show. If the boy knows, people could probably be like, I know your mom. She was on a show. It would be easy for him to find out. His mom was on a show with him, and he was a teenage pregnancy. And if his mom didn't tell him, imagine the impact that would have. He knows he was there watching the episode, laughing. He was in shock. He was asking questions. But they have a relationship that's good enough where they can do that, and she's sitting there with him to do it. But when she took my boy to the jail, he was like, y'all want me to stand up at the gate? Or I was like, see, mind your business. Y'all don't know these people's life.
Pretty much. So
the shaming from moms is very real. With no context of the dad, you know, they just bashed her for that.
True. Dwayne says, I've worn a lot of hats in my life. The one that matters most is father. Boom. See that? I agree. I am there for mine, the ones I made and the ones I inherited, just the same. So that's another thing. There are boys and girls out there that don't have dads in their lives, and it's up to us to step up for those children also. Yeah, one of the proudest titles I have is daddy. So that's why I say I can't relate to these Negroes that just will refuse to be there for their children. I don't care about none of them excuses. Oh, their mom is this, that I can't stand their mom. That's your child, man. You were standing there just fine when you were up in them guts. You know what comes out of coochie after you come in it. That's your fault. The problem with a lot of women, they think they're immune to getting dogged out. That's what I'm saying with the excuses. They make up. Listen, you don't have to lie to a woman. If she likes you enough, she'll lie to herself. She'll see you with eight children, you know. She'll see you with 8 children, hardly see you in the presence of those children. She know you have 8, and in her mind, oh, he must have some good dick. Let me go find out. Then she's the 9th baby mama, and now she find out why he don't be with the children. Why didn't you just assume that no, it ain't gonna be me. He ain't gonna do me like that. And then they believe what they hear instead of what they see. Why he never with his children? Did you ask that? Did you find that out? If men stop getting boxed for not taking care of their kids, men would get their act together quickly. Quick and fast. If that was, well, they'd be lying about how many children they have too, but that's another thing. That's another topic. Yeah. What else?
I'm like, we talking about this for 30 minutes.
You're right. See, this is why I don't be starting off with these trending topics, because they don't go forward.
It's good though.
Yeah. Some women refuse to believe their lying eyes. Correct. They'll believe the ears. So, ladies, if I stop talking, right, I got to pull you up on game, even though I don't listen to me. If I stop talking and you ain't taking his calls and none of that, and he asks to meet up, don't go meet that man. The lies work better in person when he's in your ear and he got his hand on you. Don't fall for it. Hey, but
yeah, truthful ears and lying eyes.
You ain't gotta listen to me. Who's me? All right, let's get into it. So that was a good topic. Cool. It went for a good, smooth 33. All right, moving on. We're gonna get into some good news.
Okay.
People of the Virgin Islands join in celebrating one of our own. These names be killing me. They're kicking my butt. Nikila Amy for earning the distinguished title of Miss Caribbean Students Association at the prestigious Howard University. Howard, that's a big name. A junior majoring in political science, Nikila proudly represents the U.S. Virgin Islands with grace and purpose. Through her platform for the culture, I like that. She is committed to uplifting and celebrating our rich heritage. Her mission is a powerful reminder that our culture is not something to hide, but something to honor, preserve, and proudly share with the world. Hey, big up yourself, Nikila. Big up yourself. I want to know who is MS of the week. You really don't. This week gonna surprise you.
Ooh.
This week gonna surprise you. Yeah, I got one. I ain't gonna like it. All right, moving on. A 3-person team from the VI National Guard secured first place in multiple podium finishes at the annual National Guard Bureau Biathlon Championships in Fort Ken, Maine. Look at what they're wearing. You know it's cold. Why is it still cold? Hold up. Overcoming punishing Arctic conditions far removed from the athlete's home environment. The championships were held March 28 to 29, 2026 at the Fort Kent Outdoor Center, where temperatures dropped to -2 degrees in the early mornings and averaged just 15 degrees during midday events. Competing under the guidance of Coach Chief Warrant Officer 5 Mervyn Mills, the VING athletes took on the combined demands of cross-country skiing. Damn! I out there skiing? What?
Outside.
Damn, how would I even practice for that? Anyway, the VI National Guard athletes took on the combined demands of cross-country skiing and marksmanship and turned in a strong overall performance. Our soldiers trained in conditions that are the opposite of our home environment, clearly, but we exceeded the standards, said Mills. The VI National Guard team made its strongest impact in the sprint and pursuit events. Major Stephanie Senegals led the way in the women's novice class, taking first place in both the sprint and pursuit races. Her showing, according to the release, highlights a burgeoning talent in the VI National Guard Winter Sports Program. Staff Sergeant Travis Herbert also reached the podium twice, earning third place in both the sprint and pursuit novice class events in a highly competitive men's field. Sergeant Nick, my God, what name is this? Felician? What name is that? Sergeant Nick Felician? Sergeant Nick Felician. I never heard his name before in my life. Sergeant Nick Felician completed the 3-member team, contributing to the group's overall success and maintaining a strong pace throughout what the release described as a grueling weekend, I'm sure. This year's championship also marked a first for the VING team, as it was the first iteration of the event to be open to civilian participants. The inclusion of civilian athletes raised the level of competition, making the Virgin Islands team's podium finishes more notable. According to Mills, the VING Biathlon program continues to serve as a testament to the versatility of NGB's biathlon program, proving that even island soldiers can become masters of the snow. Big up VI National Guard for battling it out in the snow and still kicking butt and taking names. I know this comment late, but can we talk
them for even bracing the snow? Like, you don't even wear good, comfy, sun 365 days a year to wear winter clothes?
But that's why I'm wondering, how were they able to even practice for these events? Snowing? Were they flown out somewhere to practice? I know this comment late, but can we talk about the participation trophy culture we've created for fathers? We live in a world that expects perfection from mothers, but gives a pass to men who do the bare minimum or nothing at all. We actually did cover that. We actually did talk about that double standard a little bit. Yes, if I get seen out with my child on the playground, people that see me will automatically assume that I'm the best father in the world. They wouldn't know that this is my first visit in 6 months. And then women, if they say something like, "Oh, I just need a break from my child today," it sounds like you're abandoning your child. So yes, that is a stigma and a double standard that exists. We acknowledge it. I think we touched on it. Nisha, you got anything else you want, like, if you want input something, we could go ahead and read the comment on the screen, let us know.
Yeah, because we did talk about it. I talked about women having to be here and that, circling the drain here and the basics. Not even the basic, just bare minimum. And that being the behavior that we're like, oh, you know, but he's trying. Like you said, he ain't trying. He only been here once in 6 months.
Yeah.
The 12 months in a year, that's the average.
And I'm sure for a mother who deals with the child all that other time, you know, dealing with a child when it's sick, taking them to school, helping with homework, all of this stuff while juggling a job most likely. And then when the child gets with daddy, like, yeah, daddy, like he's their hero. So I'm sure that make you feel some type of way, even though you shouldn't, it makes you feel some type of way. So we acknowledge these nuances of co-parenting. And that's why I really feel like we need to stress more and stop playing about dual parent households. We really need to stress that more and take it more seriously. We really do. Okay, I may have missed the part. That's cool. Came in a little late, but that's cool. Or you were busy. But big up VI National Guard. They're doing their thing, all in the snow and the ice. Congratulations, because that's actually extra work. You did good. We appreciate you. Former Police Commissioner Ray Martinez is once again wasting people's time, asking the District Court of the Virgin Islands to overturn the December 2025 decision of a jury convicting him of 5 counts of honest services wire fraud, federal program bribery, money laundering conspiracy, and obstruction of justice. Attorneys for Mr. Martinez filed a renewed motion for acquittal and a new trial after presiding Judge Mark Kearney ordered the former police commissioner to await his June 9th sentencing date in federal custody. In other words, sit down. The new motion expands on the initial request for acquittal filed in January of this year, but presents the same core argument. The prosecution's case, theory, and evidence does not cut the mustard. Mr. Martinez's attorneys argue that several elements of the case do not prove the crimes government prosecutors say they do. Payments from government witness David Whitaker to Mr. Martinez were legitimate, pursuant to the signing of the stakeout agreement between the two, his defense lawyers argued. During trial, Mr. Whitaker characterized the agreement, which outlined a concept for a show at Mr. Martinez's food establishment, as a mere facade. But defense attorneys held out the document as a legitimate business arrangement. They do so again in this motion for acquittal. Further, the agreement was drafted by Mr. Whitaker's attorney, who structured it in such a way that any profits from the endeavor be directed to charitable causes. In so doing, the appearance of conflict was avoided. Mr. Whitaker was reportedly advised the prosecution's cooperating witness himself sought and received legal clearance for the arrangements before it began. These are not the hallmarks of a corrupt bribery scheme, the motion argues. Defense attorneys also argue that Mr. Martinez did nothing for Mr. Whitaker that could be an, quote, official act, and thus subject to prosecution. The former police commissioner was accused of arranging for invoices from Mr. Whitaker's former company, Mon Ethos Pro Support, which Mon Ethos, that's another fraudulent entity, to be paid promptly in exchange for the consideration he received. However, attorneys argue in the motion for post-conviction acquittal that, quote, the simple approval of an invoice fails to fall within the definition of an official act. Indeed, the motion points out that the invoice payment process was a, quote, multi-step, multi-department payment chain that Martinez did not and could not control alone. As trial witnesses from the Department of Public Procurement testified, Whitaker's theory that Martinez was a single bottleneck whose goodwill was needed to get invoices paid is factually incomplete on the face of the evidence, the motion argues. Attorneys for Mr. Martinez also attacked the wire fraud charge because the bank official who testified at trial, quote, connected no specific payment to any specific fraudulent purpose. Without an explicit linkage being made between the transfers and any fraudulent purpose, quote, every wire fraud count fails as a matter of law. Even Martinez's trips to Boston, funded by Mr. Whitaker, are not sufficient evidence of the crime of bribery, his attorneys argue. The law, quote, requires proof of a corrupt agreement, not merely a pattern of generosity. The acquittal motion states, the 3 trips were for medical reasons, with valid medical appointments confirmed for each one. Quote, the prosecution elected not to present this fact to the jury during its direct examination of either Whitaker or the case agent, the motion notes. Because the other charge offenses fail as a matter of law, the money laundering charge must fall as well. Since, quote, money laundering is a derivative offense, the motion argues, quote, Martinez's financial transactions constitute normal business operations rather than criminal concealment. Obstruction of justice also cannot be proven, his attorneys argue. In short, the motion argues that the case against Mr. Martinez has been on, quote, legally interdependent charges that produce a, quote, cascade failure. If the bribery charge falls apart, then so must those for honest services theft and money laundering. Quote, the interdependence means that a ruling on count 6 alone, federal program bribery, is sufficient to resolve the entire case. All right. So, former police commissioner Martinez is appealing his case again. What do you think about that?
The man get money to waste, so he wastes money.
I mean, you better waste it before you go in and can't spend it.
He done in already.
He's in?
He already surrendered already, yeah.
Ray Martinez, hella funny. He got money to waste. The money going to run out eventually. Hey, you might as well try though. You know what I'm saying? You might as well try, wouldn't you? I just want to know if the judge suck his teeth when he see this. I would. Hey,
I think he just surrendered. He just surrendered in March. He just surrendered recently. So he tried to get out of the surrendering, but they were like, nah. So now he did not appeal. I mean, I'm not against him making an appeal, but hopefully you have.
What going on today? What is going on today? It's Drag Race Day on Sunday.
I don't live in the ghettos, okay? I don't live in the ghettos. But hopefully I think appeals should be really safe for when you have something more solid that can definitely sway the decision. I don't think this could sway the decision, but you know, I guess we'll see.
I mean, listen, if I already been found guilty by a jury of my peers and I'm waiting on sentencing and I got money, I might as well do the appeals if they're gonna allow it. Late, but hola everyone. Big up yourself, Kita. Big up yourself. We were just talking about former police commissioner Martinez appealing his case. The man filming Fast and Furious by Jah House. That was Neci that time. Dog. I don't know what going on. I didn't know drag races were big for Easter Sunday.
Oh gosh.
He has risen and
everybody outside.
I want to know. He has risen in a race.
Everybody risen today, my son. That's the slogan. Everybody risen today.
Risen or racing? Which one it is? Jesus. All right. My bad, Big J. Hey, big up yourself, Kita. You missed the good conversation we had on that trending topic. We just got into the news speaking on Ray Martinez. Now we're gonna talk about everybody's least favorite utility company. The VI Water and Power Authority says it is moving closer to stabilizing service in the St. Thomas St. John district as power repairs continue and water pressure gradually improves following the repair of a major mainline leak, though the territory remains without enough generation to meet peak demand while its 3 largest units stay offline. In an update issued Friday, WAPA said it continues working to stabilize both power generation and water service while acknowledging the strain service rotations have placed on the community. The authority said relief is drawing nearer and that progress is being made with every available resource focused on restoring stable, reliable service as quickly and safely as possible. WAPA said 3 of the system's 10 generators, units 15, 23, and 27, remain offline for maintenance and repairs and are scheduled for replacement under the Prudent Replacement Program. Without those units, the authority said, the system does not have enough power to meet peak demand. According to WAPA, the Wärtsilä units are running, but they cannot fully replace the output of the larger units during periods of highest consumption, which the authority said typically run from about 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. That shortfall, WAPA said, is the reason the district continues to experience limited generation. The authority said work remains underway on Unit 27, which is described as the fastest path to restoring additional generation capacity. Repairs and reassembly are actively ongoing, and WAPA said no additional parts are needed at this time. At the same time, Unit 15 is undergoing troubleshooting and a full assessment following identified damage. WAPA said no restoration timeline can yet be confirmed until that assessment is complete. But teams are moving urgently to determine next steps and accelerate the unit's return. On the water side, WAPA said its water maintenance crews have made meaningful progress with the successful repair of the 24-inch mainline leak on Pauleyberg Hill. The authority said water pressure is gradually improving as the system is re-energized and continues to build. Customers in elevated areas may still experience delays as pressure is restored across the system, WAPA said. All right, that's your latest WAPA update. Still waiting on more because I don't know how I'm going to have carnival.
They send the MS for the week. These people.
No. I gotta show you. That man had power.
Taking blows with power for the last 2 weeks. Or more, actually.
Darren says the man had power outages today again in Iraq. Go figure. They still ain't fixed it.
It's been practically almost every day. Almost every day some feeder has been out at some place at some point in time. It's just too much notifications to be sending and posting them at this point.
True. I feel bad for Rock and Love City. My gosh, that's why we need to get together as a people and do something. We need to, man, look, let me not say that because, well, I ain't even said a disclaimer yet. Disclaimer, the views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of the broadcaster. So, if you have any issues with what's being said or the opinions placed on this show, please direct any concerns to me. I am your complaint department. I am the CEO, CFO, manager, head. Whoever you want to speak to me. All right, that's it.
I ain't do nothing.
All right, what do you think is a way that the people could push back against WAPA, because all of this is unfair, and then to be paying the highest water and power bills in the nation is crazy at the same time, because those bills gonna keep coming. What do you think we can do, if anything?
I mean, money always talk, right? So I would think I ain't paying for a bill and a service I can't even render properly. Like, that's not dependable, reliable. Like, things could happen, but this is not even thing. This is like a new way of living, and it's sad and it's unfortunate. It's not getting better. And so I think we just need to just I would boycott paying WAPA for 6 months. If everybody just said we ain't paying WAPA bill for like 3 to 6 months, they're gonna figure it out. Cause what are they gonna do? They're quick to cut we, but not the people who owe them money.
That's what I was gonna say, to boycott and don't pay your bills, but I was wondering if I was being too,
No, because being outside, what is sign gonna do? What is sign outside the building saying? What are they gonna do? Nothing is wrong with protesting. I think protesting is fine. It's effective, but it's a part of a tool to a bigger goal. It cannot be the only tool.
Facts.
So it has to be a multifaceted approach of how we're going to get this done and get it done well and mean it. And so I don't say not paying your bill lightly, because there are people whose income is dependent on us paying their bills for them to receive some type of income for them to have their own, to pay their own bills. So I don't say that lightly, because I know that the employees need to be paid and so on and so forth. I get it. But at this point, what other thing do all of us have that we can do collectively to make an impact? The complaining ain't working. We all complain.
Facts. Calling the radio station don't help, clearly. Because them old people been doing that. So yeah, I agree with you. Stop paying the bills and see what happens, because these big corporations, especially with a corporation that it's a monopoly, there's no other utility option. And then even when you go solar, there's ways that they still be wanting to charge you for that day. So don't give them the money and then see what comes next.
I had somebody that I know who doesn't live here and they have property here, and there's a meter on the property, and they just got a back bill for like 2 years, and the bill is saying because it was estimated the whole time and they didn't have access to the meter. I've been to the place where the meter is. It's on the roadside. It is fenced in, but it's just a regular fence. You could like touch it from the road. And then so these people who don't even live here that have properties that are paying these bills, like what are they supposed to do? Just pay some astronomical large bill that you guys decide to send because you couldn't access a meter for years? That's been there from the inception of time. And so it's not even a new meter that went up. It's been there for at least 10 years. And now I'm getting a notification that you can't access my meter?
Yeah, after 2 years, yeah.
So my thing is like, it's not even becoming logical anymore. Like, and I'm not saying that that's not their reason or not. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And who's holding them accountable when they do come up with these excuses anyway? Darren says, don't forget over $1 billion in federal funds was spent on WAPA since Irma Maria. And the worst part of that, they have nothing to show for it. Nothing of worth to show for it. The same Wartzilla units that they were talking about, which was supposed to be a fix or a band-aid or something, they don't. So I mean, and then, okay. We just talked about former police commissioner Ray Martinez, the OMB director I got taken down, Parks and Rec I got taken down. All this money, and now WAPA, you just mentioned over $1 billion went towards WAPA, and we're still here, right? At what point is it like, it seemed like all these dominoes falling, but the domino at the end or at the top, they ain't falling. Like, they're... if I don't know why
it falls, but it always being replaced with another. And so it comes down to, is it actually leadership? Because it has changed leadership quite a few times. There is something systematically and structurally wrong with the whole concept of how we generate power. And that needs to be, at this point, it shouldn't even matter the cost, because it's not going to get cheaper as time goes by. But it is very costly to your residents. That's who it's costly to.
Facts.
And so we did the whole, like the $1 billion whatever, we did the whole transfer from diesel to propane because it's much cheaper. The bill ain't gone on.
And then they were running out of fuel and the ship was staying up.
You know what? Today is the Lord's day. He is risen. You will not rise my anger out of me. Okay?
All right. Let's see. I still got another chance. And with that,
guess what is a skunt like for?
Hey, today's MS of the week for this episode. Today's MS of the week are you people of the Virgin Islands. I just watched right? I just watched a video of Humpty Dumpty, multi-federally charged Humpty Dumpty, Mr. McFlaherty, do an AI video of his campaign for senator. If I'm not mistaken, there is literally a law in place saying that you are not eligible to be a senator of the Virgin Islands if you have committed or been charged with fraud, which he has. I just watched this man do a fish fry, right? With what didn't even look like local fish. And there were local Virgin Islanders there. Do y'all not know this man will take pictures and videos and all of that stuff like you're supporting him and fool other people? Why would you show up for that, even if it's free? I'm looking at the candidate list for senators. There's now multiple people that's running. And they've never been in politics. They've never ran any government entity. They've never if they don't know anything about laws, they can't list what their political background or education is or nothing like that. And they're serious and running this thing like they have not that they have the answers. They're not saying that, but running this thing like I'm gonna take my term and I'm gonna learn. The VI is not in a position to do that right now. This is not education time. Like, this is not OJT time. You got something to say?
I just want to correct you when you said you are the MS of the week. The Tomians there. He is not in the St. Croix district.
What?
He is running for the office of Senate in St. Thomas. Not St. Croix. We don't cry when we have our issues. He one of ours.
Okay. I'm gonna read these comments. I had a feeling it was going to be we. Say rock people because he's not running in our district. Technically, it's the Tomians. Correct? It's not we. Aya spoke too soon. Those people that are running as senatorial candidates that I talked about, those are St. Croix district.
No. You said we because of you said we because of him. Then you continued and broadened your topic to include others. The main topic was him. You know.
No. That's not the main topic. That's one of many examples of why VI people have earned the MS of the week.
Who other fish fry happened that people been to? I haven't seen any.
Ain't just the fish fries. You see, you ain't even listening to what I just said.
You ain't listen to
what I just said about the candidates running.
However, the official date to confirm actual candidates is coming. It is not here yet. So people can advertise all they want.
Okay.
Until the official list has been formalized by the Board of Elections, which is happening this month in April. I don't remember the date. I forget the date, but I'll look it up and get back with the date. But the official confirmation date comes out this month. And from then, we will know who's officially on the ballot and who ain't.
Let me tell you why that don't even matter. Because this man is not eligible, 1. 2, the people that are running, if y'all allowing them to take campaign donations right now, y'all need to consider this may be a reason why they're pretending to run knowing that they can't, because if they're going to take your donations and run. Another reason the VI people is the MS of the week, because are you allowing these things to happen and are you not talking down on these men? And I'm talking not just about Mac. I'm talking about the multiple candidates the candidate pool right now. St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John sucks. It sucks. And the fact that I ain't telling them that, it's terrible. Because the people I see running, right, that don't know nothing about legislative, nothing. And the only, come on. I can't be taking these people. And it's, again, friends and family, again, talking about fish fry. Nah, man. Dwayne says, stop the madness. 99% of the Tomians ain't in that issue with him. You think so? None of the Tomians should be in it because this man is ineligible. He's ineligible to be a senator. I shouldn't even be entertaining that. And then when we share his stuff, right, you're giving him more like visibility. More people are seeing this thing, and people might show up and give him campaign donations. You're giving him another opportunity to defraud Virgin Islanders. Furthermore, he's a transplant. The same speed he coming here with is same speed we're gonna scatter his ass with when the administration changes. He ain't gonna be on nobody's ballot because he won't meet the criteria. This man has an entire business. This man has a business that people going to, after he has said what he said about eating up bullfoot soup and started talking down on VI people and things like that there. You should have stopped going to this man business. I seen you for the fish fry he recording and people is up in there for his lame ass fish. But again, it's not just him. Agreed. I don't share nor even respond to any of his crap. You go look at the candidates that are running, right? See if on their campaign page, if they have a background in politics and legislative behavior. See if they know about politics. See if they even have a degree in it. Anything that says, I know how to run government. You're going to say something? Okay,
so according to Board of Elections, there is no official candidates yet for the election season for 2026. So there are no official candidates as of today.
You missed the part about taking campaign donations.
No, I heard you. Money. I heard you. I was just trying to look up the date when they have to do it by, but I heard you.
All right, but that's another reason why I'm saying VI people gotta take this L for MS of the week because.
But people do start to solicit beforehand because once you've turned in, I think once you've turned in, and I'm not saying he did, I don't know. Once you've turned in your official documents, you have to still wait for the deadline for it to be official. So if you turn in all your documents and they haven't rejected any of your paperwork or asked for anything else, that's a clear go sign for you to start being able to do things. That's as much as I know. And then they post the official results when the deadline comes of who's on the ballot and what your ballot numbers. And so that's why they wait for the official list so you can get your ballot numbers of what place you're in on the ballot. So, but I hear you. I don't think it's an illegal thing that they're doing unless, like you said, unless he don't give a rat's ass about the whole process, which he probably don't. I don't really know him. I've not heard any good things about him, only negative things. I think it's a waste of the people's time if they actually be considering putting him in the office from the things I've seen said about him and he's posted. I'm sorry, I just saw comments.
Yeah, I see.
But I get it. So I do think there's a way that people can actually still do things and raise funds to put themselves out there for people to know who they are and so forth. I don't know what happens if they don't make the ballot. I have to go read and see what the process contains.
Okay. She hear what I'm saying about the visibility.
I heard you. I heard you.
All of that. It's. I've
used my ears. I closed my eyes and I opened my ears.
Keita says, hence why I don't even share it, even if I disagree, and to cuss him out gives him more exposure. Exactly. I will say this, my rock. People say the people in the videos be mostly tourists and non-local. Look. They say that, you know what? I should have gave the MS of the week to rock people for real this week. But that's their excuse for everything. Any bad publicity or anything, they say, oh, they ain't tourists, they don't live here. Yeah, okay. Trump ain't qualified for ish. It's business for him. But anyway, why are we giving him business? That's what I'm saying. We all in the S pool right now. What's our options? I run in next term. You might as well. Listen, I understand that like Kanye ran, right? he became ineligible because he didn't get the signatures or sign papers in all of the places and all that stuff. He ran for president anyway, and he got exposure from niggas that voted for him, even though he was ineligible and took votes away from other candidates.
Exactly.
But okay. To be clear, I don't disagree with MS of the week, though I get annoyed seeing people even validating him by engaging. Exactly. And we shouldn't be engaging with people who we know cannot fix problems. You should not even be entertaining people at this crucial, pivotal point in VI history. You should not even be entertaining a candidate that has no experience creating a bill. If they have no plan, if they don't have a platform out yet, if they have no platform out and it's April and the election is November, you shouldn't even be entertaining them, because you're currently going through issues with WAPA right now, with water, light, your government systems, the school, mold, all types of issues. Why would you even entertain somebody just because you're cool with them that has no idea of how to fix any of these issues?
Mm-hmm.
People like to see drama. That's what they're going to follow and support, which is an issue. Exactly. Why are we giving them business? They're dumb. True, they nosy. Being a lie. Back then, Kanye got me heated when he disrespected Harriet Tubman. Honestly, Kanye should have been disregarded a long time ago. But people entertain this man. The fact that you will entertain a man with bipolarism, right? During manic episodes, you're trying to understand this man and relating to things that he says while he's having a manic episode. It says a lot about you. But I digress.
Okay, I have the answer before we move on, Josh. So, Sunday, April 19th, 2026 is the first day to circulate nomination papers. Tuesday, May 12th to Tuesday, May 19th, the filing period for the primary, independent, third-party, minor party candidates is due. That means whatever party affiliate you're running on, if it's private, if it's Republican, Democrat, independent, however you're running as. And then by Tuesday, May 19th is the official listing posted. So we still have another month to go before the official list is posted. This month is the first to circulate the nomination papers within the Board of Elections. So there's some stuff. Now it says here to qualify to run for Senate, be a U.S. citizen, be at least 21 years of age, be a qualified voter in the Virgin Islands, be a bona fide resident of the Virgin Islands for at least 3 years immediately preceding the date of the election, never have been convicted of a felony or a crime involving moral turpitude unless a pardon has been received. So you have to have been convicted of it, found guilty of the crime.
He is convicted in Ohio of multiple federal crimes.
I wonder if it's only convicted in the Virgin Islands. It should be. It doesn't specify. It just says that.
That would be stupid.
It would be dumb, but
that's crazy. Yeah, they didn't specify that, but he is convicted of multiple felony charges in Ohio.
That could leave a loophole.
And he's currently in a fraud case in the Virgin Islands right now. Damn, I disqualified just that quick. What felony you got in your record? What felony don't see that again? Felony, we say, though, not convicted of misdemeanors or anything. Felony.
No, she hasn't been a bona fide resident for the last 3 immediate and a voter.
You're right. So, why did I assume felony?
It says a lot about her if that's where you went with it. I just want you to know.
True. Why did I just jump to felonies? My bad, LG.
That's my sister. I'm gonna stand beside her.
Hey, true.
Yeah. What is a skunt like for?
That's been our MS of the week. I really should have given it to Rock just because their food is so terrible and has been blasting all over the
I
place.
thought you was gonna give it to that Ducana for MS. That's really where I thought you was gonna go with MS. Because that's who really earned it.
Nah, because it was back and forth. It was up and down. But yeah, speaking of that Ducana.
I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know who told me to be St. Thomas for Good Friday. Ayo, this is Ducana. This is Ducana. This is my plate. This is my Good Friday plate and St. Thomas.
Big confusion and bamboozlement. I call it Ducana Gate. She's a classmate of mine. Hey, I'm glad she posted this because
I was gonna say I appreciate her because I did. It was like she didn't make it shareable at first, so we were like, please make it shareable, and she did. So, Linico, thanks for sharing that experience with us. Poor use a ban and breed Crucian. Why did you expect?
Exactly.
But you know, it made for a good topic yesterday. Boy, was that thing sharing me some. My God. Thomas will never live on the allegations. Never.
Here's my problem, my big problem, right? First of all, St. Thomas, you got a good economy, thriving business district. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like get jobs, opportunities. Y'all got shopping, got nightlife better than us. Why when we say you can't cook, I get upset? That's the one thing we say about them, and they get upset. And then they don't even just take it and say, yeah, we got everything else, we're going to take that there and done. No. What do? They go and blame tourists with the stupidest excuse I ever heard in my life. What do they say? Hey, who did you ask? You should have got recommendations before you... Here's my rule of thumb. If I gotta go visit you for food, if I'm going to visit your place for food and I have to ask particular locals to find me secret places on the island that only locals eat at, chances are the majority of your food is bad. That's why we say your food is bad, because the majority. We're not saying all of it is bad enough. Mm-hmm. Of course there's gonna be some good food, because like it's obvious they're gonna always have some good food. But if you can't just walk off and find good food, you have to find a tour guide. Your food ain't good.
My thing is, stick to what you don't leave the local cuisines alone. Stick to your fried food and fast food that you used to. Do your burgers and your fries and your hot dog and your wings and your don't, because I'm not even laughing. St. Thomas have a King of the Wings event every year. It is a huge event. The people that come down from the States, celebrities that think to be their host, it's a huge event. Stick to the things that you know and that you do well, and keep doing it. We want y'all to thrive. Y'all having a bad name for food makes us look bad. Like, can it might be like, if their food bad here, you think so? No, it's not. But we have to keep defending it, and that's what the problem is. Do what you do good. We're gonna support you. We're gonna uplift you. We're gonna, and we just ask y'all do it to us in the same. Y'all want good food, go St. Croix. But if you want a good time, come St. Thomas. Whatever you might, however you might work it. That's how we say.
And that's all. Nisha said them provision look like old sugar cake.
That whole plate had us look.
It was
that dumpling look like they boil it and leave it on the counter to dry before they serve it. I don't know.
There's no reason you should put a fork and the Ducana squeeze it in. No! I ain't even show you my fishing butter sauce plate. Them words don't even belong together. Anyway, why would you even do that to yourself? But how are you mashing me up like that? I almost offended. Stop being offended by the truth, brother.
Notice he said almost, because he knows the truth.
True.
It's true to it. It's true.
Listen, Jada Kingdom come. What she said, the food good. Then what saying to me, I said, always one. She talking about olive. No. She didn't come to St. Croix and say that. She went to St. Thomas and said that.
And she been to St. Croix.
And she never said about St. Croix.
No.
Like, it's evident.
And we defended Ayo when she said that too. We know she was right, but we still defended Ayo. We didn't like how she did it.
Exactly.
But Ayo belongs to we, so we're gonna defend Ayo.
Exactly. Because bad food hurts everyone's tourism. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to defend you, like, by rights. That's the little sister that can't cook. Cool, we got her. Dwayne said, I'll give Ayo the food. Talk to the rest of your brethren and sisters then. Let them know, just let go. Let go. We go
I can tell people how you know the food difference is. I tell you all the time, St. Thomas has an agriculture food fair. They have one. St. Croix has an agriculture food fair. St. Thomas has an agriculture food fair. When is St. Thomas on? How many days it is?
Yo, St. Thomas food so bad we don't even like the food that come out of our ground. Like, I mean, come on. Like, nobody knows when your ag fair is. No, like King of the Wings. Just okay. Wings
It's a huge event. Okay.
That's fine. I don't know when that is. When is Taste of St. Thomas? Tell us in the comments real quick. Nobody.
Let's move on.
No. It ain't done yet. I get more blows for you.
Let's move on. It's Sunday. He has risen. Let's move on.
Look. Why is this? So every time you want to push back and say, oh, you didn't ask where to eat and which local you talk to, you should have called my brother. Them don't think about this, Dukana.
And they had the North to the recipe from Antigua. Antigua where?
Which?
Antigua United Kingdom?
Tea's Restaurant and Chicken Fry, you gotta take this hill. Which island is this Dukana recipe from? I thought everyone made this basically the same, but I've never seen it with carrots. And the thing about the carrots, you ain't had the decency to grate them fine. You get carrot sticks. Carrot sticks in Dukana. And then they're gonna say Antigua. Them Antiguans being so vexed. Which Antigua? Guatemala? Because I just don't understand. You gotta take the L, man. Just take the L.
Not where my family from. Not the blood that runs through my veins.
Jesus Christ. Just take it.
You know how long it takes for me to even be able to cook my own Dukana because we can't afford for it to be messed up.
That's why just don't do it. Just like put the provisions in the steamer and let me go. Don't tell me that's really
This fish and butter sauce is crazy.
Now we gotta see the fish and butter sauce, please. We gotta see the fish and butter sauce. Look, St. Thomas, you ain't gonna never beat these allegations, I tell you.
Oh.
St. Thomas food is trash, and then they vex.
Where is the sauce?
No.
Okay, you ready?
Let's see if we can see it. Yeah. What? Is that fish? Is that the fish face? What kind of? Where that fish look like it escaped from Bikini Bottom? What is that?
But it's in butter sauce. Where's the sauce?
What's the butter?
This is dry fish.
No man. On the side. She says on the side. Whose side? Of the fish?
What was on the side? The butter?
The butter on the side.
Oh, it's a lump of butter on the side. See?
What the? Butter in a sauce. Why you call it butter sauce? I see a little bowl in the back. How you call it butter sauce? I mean, you ain't sauce the butter. Dog, they could have put the butter on top of the hot fish and that would have been a butter sauce. It would have melted. They didn't even do that. They put the hard butter.
Wait, you're making me cry. Hold on.
What kind of fish is that? That looks like some kind of freshwater catfish. Are you catfish in St. Thomas?
Oh my God, my baby. I was like, what do you mean? I guess the butter is literally on the side.
What kind of mud puppy are you get cooking over there, sir? That man just skin and pour a damn mud skipper on top of somebody's plate and poke butter in a bowl and call it. Oh my god. Woo! Yeah, this is why St. Thomas will never beat the allegation. So let's move on.
It does look like a catfish parade. It doesn't even look like it. Wait, that's all the spines. All the spines. Wait, that's the bone on the top of the fish. The more I investigate this part of the work, they left all the bones on the top of the fish.
I wish she had said that before so I could have put it on the screen. Talking about some people don't want it on the fish. So why would you call it in butter sauce? I need to bring it up. You see, yeah, man, that's why y'all need to send me these things before the show.
Okay.
Neci, that ain't doing it justice. Yeah, it really ain't. It really ain't.
I'm gonna send it to you. I don't know how you're getting the screen, but I don't know.
Send it to me. I'm gonna walk some backstage. But Dwayne begging for we to move on.
I'm so sorry, my eye. The tears are in my eye. I am so sorry.
Hey, Dwayne begging for we to move on. Hey, next topic. All right, man. All right. We go. Hey, Dwayne. Let's do that show about service in about 2 weeks if you're available. 2 Wednesdays from now. 2 Wednesdays.
2 Wednesdays. I'm so sorry. I can't even think. What are you talking about?
I said Dwayne Callwood. I was gonna do a show with a former service member and a current service member, but that ain't gonna happen with what going on now. Everybody like job is in jeopardy. So Dwayne, if you're available 2 Wednesdays from now, let's do a live episode together, seeing difference on
oh gosh, I'm so crying, sorry.
Being in the military. I gotta move on and spare this man.
Dwayne said next topic. What happened?
Why would you even call it that? You don't have to call it.
I have never you just put like butter, you just scoop it on your bread and a lot of the butter on the fish. If
they had put the butter on the hot fish, the butter would have melted and been a sauce. Oh, they didn't even do that. God.
My belly has been so bad.
All right, here we go. All right. I'm glad you had a good laugh. Yeah, my chest.
He definitely is risen today because the rise I got out of that.
Hey, in national news, Pam Bondi found out that she was fired by the apprentice guy, Donald J. Trump, earlier this week via Truth Social post. Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest level since 1900. We love Pam, and she'll be transitioning to a much needed. Stop. We love Pam, and she'll be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector, to be announced at a date in the near future, and our Deputy Attorney General and a very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as Acting Attorney General. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. That was April 2nd. Truth, another firing out. Oh, also, Nisha, if you're still in the audience, let's link up so we could do a same different episode about your podcast as well, sit and chat. All right.
Oh my goodness.
He gave up, he turned up white flags in it. I didn't need to call up Siobhan, come tell her defend our people, and we done half of it now. That wasn't even better. That wasn't even butter. I don't remember what that was. The sauce was actually on the side. On which side? On the side of
it's
the
not even in the picture.
If
that wasn't butter, what was that? I hope that wasn't mashed potatoes.
Couldn't have been. I've seen white, seasoned butter. I can't even tell if that was white. Now that I think about it by that picture. The man ain't even butter.
Dwayne waving the flag. Let's move. Let's give him. He surrendered. He surrendered.
The man ain't even give Bondi a job in the newly created Shield of America or whatever it's called. That's basically the damn trash bin, because Kristi Noem get placed as envoy to Shield of America. Where is that? What also happened to that? The peace board of peace. What happened to that? What is she? What do you mean it's not in the butter is not in the pic for the fish and butter sauce? Is that what she's saying?
Can we? I'm not going back to this picture again. Can we move on? Because I'm just getting more frustrated as more things come out about the picture.
I have a feeling Pete is next. Who do you think? Let's I want to put some money on the board for this. Really, who do you think will be the next cabinet member to get the big chop, to get fired? So
Miss McMahon for education.
I forgot about she. You don't really see or hear about her at all. So
but Bondi was talking about how education is horrible.
It's bad, yeah.
I don't think he would like that.
All them countries are paid to be part of the Board of Peace, regretting the billions they forked out. I don't think they regret it. I think that was a payoff. I'm gonna be honest. Because where the money went, who paid it to who, to where? And then Trump is the head and all be all of it. He doing damage control about 1900. I want to know. Murders were low in the there was a lot less people in the 1900s too, but okay. Tulsi Gabbard is next. That's a good one. I want to say Kash Patel is gone, but he is on a streak of getting rid of women. We know he don't like women. For real.
The way how his hips to move, I could tell.
I got $4 on Pete. I don't think he gonna get rid of Pete Hegseth. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
They have too much of a bromance, and they're like the power. They think they exude power, and I don't think he gonna get rid of it. Man, later, man. They paid for the fence that he didn't receive at all. UAE, Qatar, Bahrain. Damn. Just for them to end up getting bombed and not even told that they're about to get bombed. That's crazy. Yeah, that's a waste of money. All of that, and then they still give him that jet. They need to bomb the jet or get rid of it. So imagine you did all this boot licking and sucking, and you still get fired.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
There is no greater president than Donald Trump.
I wish we could have him for 20 years as our president. We all adore Donald Trump. I love President Trump.
They are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done.
President, your first 100 days has far exceeded that of any other presidency in this country, ever. Never seen anything like it. Thank you.
I know her knees got scuff marks. So imagine doing all of that there, and he still fired you. So it wasn't that she wasn't sucking up enough. All of this because of the Epstein files is what I believe. Because he wanted her to prosecute his enemies. She did that, even though she had no cases, and all of them get dropped, and now they're trying again. The only thing I could think of was Epstein files. But the thing about Epstein files, the weird thing about it, the reason why their base was so thirsty to get the Epstein files was because of Pam Bondi and Trump pushing it so hard. But
exactly.
Bondi about to be disbarred in Florida. I hope so. They need to take it. But then Florida is a big Republican state, and their governor, we're going to see. I don't even trust Florida. They need to secede, to tell you the truth. But we're going to see. She need to be in a regularly functioning government. That would have been no question. But you can never tell with this one. And speaking
of,
do
you think we'll ever get back to a regularly functioning government?
I think that once some precedents are set, I've noticed we don't go back to the norm before it. You know what I'm saying? Like Obama set a precedent of this executive order for everything, even though he was doing it because Congress at the time made it their point to stop him. Now look at Trump. Oh, we could just do executive orders for whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? So we never go back to how it was like. So he broke so many boundaries. I don't see it. And now apparently they're having too much fun cussing in it, like on air now. That's very strange to me.
Extremely.
Speaking of Pete boy, Captain Pete, Hegseth has also done some sketchy things, as we know. They're calling him, like Marines and service members under their breath, they're calling him the Secretary of War Crimes. He has also been firing people of color, and he just recently dismissed the Army Chief of Staff and a couple other members of the cabinet with no good reason in the middle of a war.
Some shocking reporting in the New York Times today that Hegseth has struck 2 black and 2 female officers from a possible 1-star general promotion. This is a highly unusual move, they report, that has prompted some senior military officials to question whether the officers are being singled out because of their race and or their gender. And 2 of the officers, again, they're black women. And as this comes at a time when the majority of the leadership is, of course, still white men, there are some pretty stunning quotes in this piece, including allegations that one aide directly said that the president wouldn't want to be standing next to a black female military leader when speaking, when presenting.
Yeah, he's doing too much of the agenda without he's not really getting much pushback even while he's doing all this stuff. So that's why I don't think he's gonna get fired. I don't think Hegseth gonna be the next one. Most likely it probably will be a female, but we'll see. Another thing in the news that the Trump administration has been doing is they were pursuing removing birthright citizenship, which is a right that's given to you from birth in the Constitution. So that was going on this week, and the Supreme Court actually saw this case, and even they dismissed it because Trump's lawyer presented the case so terribly. I'm not really sure how he could have presented the case in a good way, because again, it's in the Constitution, and Constitution doesn't always lay out things clearly. But this is one of those things where it's laid out pretty plainly. So now check out the lawyer being asked what I think is a very simple question and how he answers it.
Do you think Native Americans today are birthright citizens under your test and under your friend's test?
I think so. I mean, obviously they've been granted citizenship by statute.
Put aside the statute. Do you think they're birthright citizens?
No, I think the clear understanding that everybody agrees in the congressional debates is that the children of tribal Indians are not birthright citizens.
I understand that's what they said, but your test is the domicile of the parents, and that would be the test you'd have us apply today, right?
Yes. So if a tribal Indian, for example, gives up allegiance to...
Born today, birthright citizens.
I think so on our test. Yeah, if they're lawfully domiciled here.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I have to think that through. But that's my reaction.
I'll take the yes. That's all right.
Are Native Americans birthright citizens? This is the case they're trying to... That's a hard question. Native American. Imagine somebody last name Gorsuch, somebody last name Sawyer is asking if, man, it's in the 14th Amendment and was codified separately by Congress to remove any ambiguity. Yet, here they are debating if Native Americans are birthright citizens. And he talking about where they're domiciled. Dude, you're not from like, how it's the land is literally their birthright. America is their birthright.
By now, he's already walked out of the tombs, okay? So I'm like,
so Trump had actually showed up to these proceedings, and around this time is when he walked out. So he was the first president in history to sit in on a Supreme Court hearing like that. And you know he was trying to, sway the judges, but it didn't work because, again, look at what you're talking about. You mean the ones that have been here before we came here? Precisely those ones.
I don't think they understand how ultimately who it would have hurt more. And I think they think it's us, but it's really them.
Like, they really don't think that they're immigrants, so they don't see the immigrant connection. No. Like, it's crazy to me. Oh, God. And then, finally, in the last do as I say, not as I do, here's y'all president answering why he voted by mail in a losing election also. In his district, he voted by mail because Mar-a-Lago just flipped Democrat. He voted by mail, and here is his reason why.
Tell me about mail-in ballots. Go ahead. You mean I used a mail-in ballot? You probably said, yeah, I did.
Why did
you know what? Because I'm president of the United States, and because of the fact that I'm president of the United States, I did a mail-in ballot for elections that took place in Florida, because I felt I should be here instead of being in the beautiful sunshine taking.
But you were in Palm Beach, sir, the last few weekends.
That's right, and I decided that I was going to vote by mail-in ballot because I couldn't be there, because I had a lot of different things. But we have exceptions for mail-in ballots. You do know that, right? So if you're away, we have an exception. If you're in the military, we have an exception. If you're on a business trip, we have an exception. If you're disabled, we have an exception. And if you're ill, if you're not feeling good, whatever. So I was away, mostly in Washington, D.C., so I used a mail-in ballot. But I appreciate the question because I know it was so well-meaning.
Here he is explaining the purpose of mail-in voting that he used while trying to get rid of mail-in voting ahead of this year's elections. So you might be wondering, how do people that support Trump and the Trumpsters, how do they not see the glaring hypocrisies? Well, let me answer that for you. It's a word some may not know called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a term for the state of discomfort felt when two or more modes of thought contradict each other. The clashing cognitions may include ideas, beliefs, or the knowledge that one has behaved in a certain way. The theory of cognitive dissonance proposes that people are averse to inconsistencies within their own minds. It offers one explanation for why people sometimes make an effort to adjust their thinking when their own thoughts, words, or behaviors seem to clash with each other. Does that seem familiar? Do you know a Trumper? Then it probably is. I'm gonna let this guy explain why the MAGA base seems to use that as their only defense. He explains it very well.
Why Trump supporters defend things they know are wrong. There's a psychological reason for that, and it explains everything. Cognitive dissonance. When your actions and your beliefs don't match, your brain changes the belief, almost never the action. When a Trump supporter cheers for policies that raise their grocery bills, cuts their health care, and guts their kids' schools, their brain cannot live with the contradiction. So it rewrites the story. The media is lying, or the numbers are fake, or give them more time. They aren't actually lying. Their brain changed the belief because changing the behavior, supporting Trump, was too hard. And mediocre people will always take the easy route. The only thing that breaks cognitive dissonance is when the cost of maintaining the lie becomes higher than the cost of admitting you were wrong.
And this is why they could justify stuff like this.
President Donald Trump posted this video of a major bridge in Iran collapsing after an airstrike and said there is, quote, much more to follow. At least 8 people were killed and 95 were injured in the US-Israeli strike, according to local media. Strikes on the B1 bridge severed a route linking Tehran with the western city of Karaj. Nearly 140,000 residential and commercial units in Iran have been damaged in airstrikes since the war began. That's according to a tally by the Iranian Red Crescent, which CNN cannot independently verify. In another Truth Social post, Trump said the US military, quote, hasn't even started destroying what's left in Iran, adding, quote, new regime leadership knows what has to be done. The Iranian foreign minister responded with his own post of the damaged bridge, saying, quote, striking civilian structures, including unfinished bridges, will not compel Iranians to surrender.
In case you were unaware, That is a war crime. Attacking civilian structures is a war crime. And our current president is admitting to it. He's making posts admitting, and like Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. It's Easter Sunday and he's saying, praise be to Allah.
Allah, not Jesus on Easter Sunday?
Allah, you deaf?
Jesus, just go back. Jesus, just go back and roll back the stove. Just roll back. Go back and lay down and roll back the stove. At this point.
This is the U.S. president talking, by the way.
Praise be Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
And there's no uproar from the Christian community?
You check. They're going to say that he's joking or he's trolling or this and that. Well, I would like to point out also.
They always have an excuse.
Exactly. Cognitive dissonance. I would like to point out also that, like, Iran has been doing a marvelous job of trolling the U.S., by the way. They're very good at it. And I wonder who makes their memes. They're very good at it. I had it, but oh well. And on to the more fun side of things. No, we're done with Trump, man. I tell you. Let's talk about infantilization. I have said it before, we need to stop infantilizing women, right? Women get to be 30s and you 20, 40s and you 30, 50s and you 40, and do that on and on and on and on forever. We need to stop doing it. We need to stop the whole, like, even the soft life thing is a form of infantilization in my mind, because it's a woman wanting a man to treat her like a dependent. Even when they say things like, I shut my brain off when I'm with you, I feel like that's infantilization, because who else don't be using a brain? Children. So here's Cardi B. I think she did this Thursday or Friday. She made a post. It's a video, but I didn't want to take no whole heap of time cutting out the cuss words, because the whole video is her cussing. But so she put out a post, right? Says she can't believe she's now a mother of 4 kids at the age of 33, and she doesn't understand how it happened. I don't really know. It was just a blur, like, and it's funny because, like, I'm a kid. She literally said, I'm a kid. I thought that was very strange. And me being me, and when I looked through the comments, which I should have, we're all teen moms in our 30s, LOL. I'm still running from teen pregnancy at 31. I'm scared to be a teenage mother at 37. So at what age do women stop being children? What do you think about those comments and what she said?
This is a new concept I don't know about. Teen mom in your 30s?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
And she was very serious. And but isn't it strange to say that me having 4 children by 33, it was a blur? Not, you just recently got out of a divorce. You had another child before the divorce. Like, how was all of that like a blur, though?
I mean, I could see the blur part, like, you know, you're going through life. She's been famous, doing tours, doing this, married to another celebrity, supporting him and his career path. Kids happen, you go back to work. Like, I get it. Sometimes it does feel like a blur, but the last part with the teen kid thing, I don't get that. Now, if you're saying like you never really feel that opportunity to be a kid because you always had to work from a young age, or you were forced into responsibilities and adulthood and being independent and whatever, I could understand that. I just feel like if you said that, it would make more sense. But it's Cardi B, so she doesn't always say things that make sense. So.
Now, Neci, you could see the blur part, Chubbs. Life comes at you fast, so I could see the blur part.
It does.
I'm a kid. Like, for people that have children, it seems like, damn, you 20. Damn, you 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does But the 4 of them though.
Yeah, I mean,
Four of them back to
a
back.
blur could happen. I still don't believe we're in April.
Yeah.
It don't even feel like we in April already. Like I feel like we just wrap up Carnival last week. It feels that way. It doesn't feel like this much time has gone by, but so sometimes life can be a blur. So I can get, especially when you live a high profile life and you're doing so much things and you're being in so many places and you have to separate yourself in so many ways and you got to support your whole family and whatever. I get it, but the teen mom at 30 thing.
Is it the concept that we had kids early that we didn't have the time to live? I don't know. I'm trying to understand, but she didn't have
them too early. She didn't start too early, did she? No.
Yeah, them back to back. They were like right after each other, but she started later.
The last 3 were back to back. The first one there's like a gap.
You said it. The first 3.
The last 3 seems more back to back than the first one. There's a gap between the first and the second, and the last 3 seems back to back.
But what was it, like 2 years of a gap or something? It was
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
She did have 4 kids very quickly. I'll say that. They were rapid fire. Yes, because you're constantly on go or mom mode. Yeah, and then work and life and everything in between. Yes, that I understand. But there's more to the video, obviously. But like I said, like from the first word, she cussing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do a lot of editing, so I just pull the video. But she's basically saying like, yeah, I'm still a kid. She's like, she can't believe that she's an adult. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even about the children for real. It was about her being an adult.
Yes. So the ages are 7, 4, 1, and a newborn.
They're what? Say that again.
7, 4, 1, and then the newborn.
Oh, so 3 years apart, then 3
That's what I said. There was
years?
a gap between the first and the second, and the last 3 seems to be more closer together. Well, the last 2 is close together because it's 3 years between the second and the third one.
I mean, she rich enough to hire a nanny. Why is she complaining? Because she feel like she's still a kid.
I agree, but I'm sure she does have one, but she's always been vocal about being a hands-on parent.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's not just saying that, but she actually is.
She's never complained about the children, like.
No.
That's what I'm saying. In this video, it wasn't really about the children. It was about her being one. That's why them comments.
I think she's trying to live a playful life. You fall in love young. She's been with him for a while, and so this must be her moment of freedom in her own way, where she's self-discovering herself and trying to enjoy it. But life is life. Life be life no matter what. I'm not making an excuse for her. I'm just saying I'm trying to
understand
where she's coming. She's not the best at that, but I hope that's where she's coming.
Because even so, she could have really took a break after Offset. She didn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? She went straight to the stuff with Steph. Had another child with he.
Offset already had went to his other woman too. Like, you know what I mean? Like.
No, I'm talking about being with one person and like having a baby with them.
And Offset was with 3 and he still was upset because she was with 1. You see that thing where when man cheated and the woman was going to date with the one man and his heart broken? That's what I was.
Being in a relationship, I feel like being in a relationship with one person is harder than stringing along 3 girls and just beating them. But hey, just smash it, you know what I'm saying? Is a lot easier.
You think them girls in there because they're trying to seek out the relationship, huh?
You don't have to, though. That's the thing. You don't have to.
Them girls think they are. I bet you. If you ask any of them, they don't think they're the one. Like you just said, the delusion is real. They don't think they're the one.
These are the ones that don't come out until you dead it.
He cheated on me because Cardi can't blink you because I don't do better than Cardi. They always create the delusion in their mind.
Yeah. They're still secrets, though. Yeah, true. All right. Last topic of the night. We're about to wrap up. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, but we got one more thing to talk about. And I'm sick of this guy. Listen, first of all, ladies, stop having babies by clowns. That's what I'm gonna say. Stop having babies by clowns. How did so many women allow this guy to nut in them? So Nick Cannon and Amber Rose, they were on his show, which is now deleted after the backlash. They're both receiving backlash after comments they put out, ill-informed comments, as Nick Cannon's per usual. Like, Nick Cannon, I see he hasn't learned from the last time he had to apologize to an entire community. But here he is with Amber Rose.
Part of the Republican Party.
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now? Or?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I honestly, I don't subscribe to neither party. I rock with WEVI Du Bois when he said there's no such thing as two parties. It's just one evil party with two different names. So
yeah, I mean, look, I listen, I'm not married to any party.
Right.
I voted for Donald Trump because we had two options and he was definitely by far the better option for us. And as of now, I agree with a lot of things that he's doing.
Cleaning house.
Yeah.
He doing what he said he was
Guess
gonna
what? If there's a time where I don't agree, I'll say I don't agree.
Yeah. We got the Gulf of America now.
Period.
Charging, he's like the club. He's charging a $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country.
I know. Listen. But guess what?
Yeah. Two smooth brains doing what they do best. Talk about stuff they don't know about.
They just put him in a car. That's it.
Yeah, and for it to flip. That's why I don't like. I hate that social media has given people that don't know what they're talking about platforms. Like him, Cam Newton. I'd be wondering why people to watch these man. You mean to tell me Cam Newton will come out with an episode 2.5 hours long and I will watch the whole thing? Sounds so dumb. Two scunties, correct. And I still blame Kanye.
Sitting in a tree.
Still blame Kanye for making Amber Rose famous. Like Kanye, I blame Kanye for so much. Nick Cannon even contradicted himself because that's what he does. But like, he just doesn't know what he'll be talking about. And yes, those things were true at a point. Is it true now? And saying that Trump doing what he said he would do and all that stuff at this current timeline right now is crazy, because this is not an old interview. This is recently he's saying that. But how would Nick Cannon know about the state of the country and the price on gas? These are 1%ers talking, and this is what pissed me off. And Chile, you're still in the crosshairs. So I don't know if that I don't even know if that concert will still happen because of the backlash Chile is receiving. So her saying that, I accidentally followed all these right-wing people and accidentally contributed to Trump's campaign and stuff was an accident. Nobody falling for that. I felt like I was in danger of losing 10 points on my IQ listening to such a dummy conversation. Libra bros down a point. He's a Libra? You sure? You sure? I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, Neci, what you gotta say about them two scunties?
Exactly. Sitting in a tree.
They deserve all the backlash, because I for sure thought after Nick Cannon had received that backlash from the Jewish community about his ill-informed propaganda stuff, you would think he'd be more careful though. You have to do a whole apology and you get people teaching you and training you about how it, like, what?
Childish.
But anyway, it's been a great episode, guys. Thanks for coming. Share the live. Tell people about us. We'll be back next Sunday between 4 to 6 p.m. Same place, same time. Neci, do you have like a final word or something to carry these people through their week?
Yes. This week's message of the week is, if you're not on your way, you're in the way.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. If you're not on the way, you're
on
in
your way.
On your way. You're in your way, or you're in.
If you're not on your way, you're in the way.
Okay. We're gonna leave it right there, man. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week. Love you. See ya. Peace.